Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is December 3rd, 2014, and today is Wednesday. So as we're moving along the economic calendar, looking at today's major news, let's just filter it really quickly. Looking at today, we have some news coming out of the Aussie USD to Aussie dollar earlier this morning, and then later today we have some unemployment numbers coming out. From employment numbers coming out of the U.S. at 3:15. I believe these are preliminary numbers that are coming out. And then CAD, which has been in tremendous play, the Canadian dollar, at 5 o'clock South African time is a Bank of Canada rate decision. That is a major number. And then we'll go into the USD non-manufacturing PMI number, which is a major number. Most of the major numbers are coming at the end of the week, the unemployment, the non-farm payroll. But nevertheless, chock full of news coming out. Looking at the currencies, as we always do, let's start with the Euro USD. As we can see, Euro USD really came into the 1480, 1490 area, just shy of 25 since the beginning of the week, and then it faltered and we were right back to the bottom. Okay, so this is beautiful trading in the range. If you were able to catch this and short it up on this upper range here, you'd be in a very good position right now, almost 130 pips, 133 pips down, which is a nice move. Okay, so now we're heading into the lower end of it as expected, going into the end of the week. Major news coming out of the U.S., non-farm payrolls. Let's see if the euro can sustain this level. If not, it could further go down, and maybe we could see, it hitting the 121 level, which we hit about 2 years ago. Okay, right here in July 2012. So, what am I going to say? The dollar, they're making the dollar really strong because of the price of oil. As we'll see later on, some of the price of oil at $67 a barrel. And as a result, the U.S. dollar is getting stronger across the board. Looking at the USD Japanese yen, back on its highs at 119. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't been in these areas for years. Okay, I have to always go to a monthly chart. I always forget. We always have to go to a monthly chart for the USD Japanese yen. I mean, this goes back to 2007. This is very reminiscent of what happened in the 90s. We don't have a graph of it here, but in the 90s, we were literally, going in this area between, 110, 120, and we were hovering in this area. I mean, this goes back into the 1980s, where we were at 225, 230, and back in those days, the Japanese economy was booming, and things were really doing very well, both for Japan and both for the United States. And as a result, as you can see, we, over time, it's really almost been flatlining. But, at the end of the day, look at where it is today. It's at 120. It's right back where it was, 20, 30 years ago. 20 years ago, excuse me. So it's really a tremendous reaction to the market. Yes, we're also back where we were about 7 years ago, but that's just an indication of what's going on economically, internationally. Things in the Japanese economy are not doing so well, and as a result, they're really skidding on recession. Now, this always has a ripple effect in the U.S. dollar, but it hits the U.S. dollar maybe a year or two from now. So the USD may be back into the 70s range in about a year or two, but at this stage, it keeps on going higher. I would say the next resistance, I would say, is 123.5. If you do continue to buy it, okay, I wouldn't suggest it, but because it's gone up so much, it's hard to really say where it's going to go further. I would really put a very tight stop loss, wherever you're buying it, just to make sure that you're not going to get, you're not buying the top of the move. Now, to anticipate the top of the move that it's going to retrace, it's still very hard. There's no indication, there's no clear data that is telling us this is the top of the move. But to say that it's going to continue going up to 130, that still needs to be proved. So it's, you're in a catch-22 position right here with the USD Japanese yen because, you don't have a lot of things to your favor. Looking at the gold right now, gold really flatlining. We had this big rally to 1220, and now we're trading at 1200 even. So it's really sideways trading. If we can't continue this rally, I would say you could take it for a nice short, maybe 20, 30 pips, 30 points down, just to play the range. Looking at the Dow Jones, as we've mentioned before, the Dow Jones is at 17,879, only 121 points away from my target for the end of the year of 18,000, and I still think we're going to hit it before the end of the year. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, 3 weeks, and we're there. So, between the next 3 weeks, my anticipation we're going to hit the 18,000 mark. Looking at the crude oil. Crude oil, as you know, there was a big short covering this week, and now it's teetering off. It's showing us that it's not really true buying, okay, but it is short covering. This is people covering their shorts, traders covering their shorts, and now we're just teetering down. I would say we're going to test these lows again, maybe get into it a little bit short with a small position, then build your position as it's going down, and make sure to put a stop loss. Like I always say, 67.50 would be a good stop loss for this, just to cover yourself. Looking at the USD ZAR, back to its highs. We're right back to where we were. This is really a very, very big move for the USD ZAR, and then gives you like a perspective of in a longer time frame. This is a shorter time frame. We really rallied in the beginning of the week. I didn't anticipate this, but in a way, you're at the bottom of the range. So, it wasn't a beautiful trade, but it's there. It's actually trading. So, if it's going to go and challenge its 134 high, 1134, 1135 high, that's yet to be seen. So let's see if it can maintain this rally, and this is not just some fluke to market reaction. Looking at the GBP Japanese yen, it's still on its dead high. Okay, well, this thing has been up about 700 pips over the past month and a half, not really retracing, still showing tremendous amount of strength. So between the USD Japanese and the GBP Japanese yen, both of them I'd really keep a good eye on. The GBP USD I'd really keep a good eye on, and I would also keep a good eye on the USD Canadian dollar. Here we are, Canadian dollar, really looking at a daily chart. I want to just show you how much we've really gone over the past 3-4 months. Since July, we're at 113, we were trading at 107. So this is a major rally for the Canadian dollar. Major news coming out of the Canadian dollar. Seems to be like a little bit of a resistance here. Maybe we could take it higher. The Canadian dollar hasn't been this weak in a very long time. As you can see, we're going back to 2009 area. So let's keep an eye on what the rate decision is going to be in Canada today, and you could decide for yourself whether or not you want to buy it or sell it, and seeing how the market's going to react to the Canadian dollar. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.